I'm Nick from Nick's NERF, and this is the NERF Splitstrike. So the NERF Splitstrike is two pistols that can connect to each other and become one pistol. It looks quite cool. There is paint on both sides, but there is also paint on only one side of each, which is fine because you wouldn't want paint on this side. So you've got your two priming rods, one for each gun. So you just prime it back. You've still got access to both triggers. So if you want to only fire one, you just only pull one trigger and then fire the other one. Or you can pull both triggers at the same time and shotgun. So you've got two Smart AR barrels. So it'll fire the top one first and then the bottom one if both of them are loaded. They won't fire both at the same time. The grip on the inside is a bit weird, but that's because it has to mesh in with the other grip on the other gun. They are just a mirror image of each other. So to connect it, you just push this notch in to the slot on the other side and then line up the grips and they just click together. Then to separate them, you just pull this lever down and then pull them apart. They do come apart very easily. They don't fall apart in your hands, but when you want them to come apart, they come apart nicely. Putting them back together does take practice to get pretty good at it, and I am getting better at it the more I do. Now, for an overview. So to start with, the way you pull them apart is just this little lever on the side. You just push that down, and then they just come apart nice and easy. So we'll have a look at the right one first. Up front, you've got the two barrels. To load them, you just push the darts in through the front. There are no rails on either of them at all, and that's because they split apart, so having rails would not work properly. Other than that, you've got a little sight at the front, and a sling point at the bottom of the handle, and this little notchy bit at the bottom that you can use to prime the other one. The only differences between them are on this side, and it's just the connection points. So on the right one, you've got this little notch, which slots in just in there. And then further back, you've got what releases it from the back. And you can see as I pull the lever down, it just moves up and down ever so slightly. Don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there's like the textured camos on the inside. So you can see the grips on the inside. They're not full grips, they're this skeletonized cheese grater style grip. That's what it looks like if you don't put them together properly. Because you can see that that notch is not in where it should be. So you do have to put the front in first, and then the back will just slide in. Now I will shoot it. Alright, starting with the guns together, and I'm going to shotgun some shots to start with. That fired 3 because the darts are too worn to stay in the air restrictor. Now some single shots with it still connected. Again, the dart was too worn to stay in the air restrictor. Some brand new X-shot darts. Now for some chrono numbers. Starting with the right gun, 39.8, 41.1. Now the left gun, 58.5, 50.6. Right gun, 55.1, 49.3. The left gun, 62.9, 53.9. So my overall opinion of the Splitstrike is, the idea is quite cool. I mean, the fact of just being able to split them open and have two that you can prime using these little hooks on the bottom, that's quite a cool idea. Only having 2 shots in each though and then reloading them is a little dodgy, but it's such a cool idea. But that's really all it is. I wouldn't practically run these. I'd take a hammer shot over these any day. Quality, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but just where the catch is there, the plastics, like the shell is starting to come apart where it's joined to the outside. So I'm gonna have to open it up and have a look at why it's doing that and see if I can get it not to do that. Other than that, they seem to be okay. The grips are very uncomfortable when they're split apart just because of the cheese grater style that they have to put them together. Performance seems decent. So if you're looking for a fun gimmick and you like the idea of having one pistol that splits into two, pick this up. But if you're more of a serious nerfer, probably don't bother. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! And this is the NERF Battlecamo Dual Strike. No, it's not the Dual Strike. Split Strikes.